Hey guys, it's Kim here, and I'm back with more Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn beta test. So, as you know, I started the game with a female Mikiote called Jimbali, and I asked you guys if you wanted to see any other characters, any other races, any other jobs, that kind of thing. And there were a lot of requests, but the one that I saw a lot of was to go as a Roegadyn, so Mr. Giant Pants here. So for this guy, I'm probably going to turn him into an archer and then have his second job be a lancer, which I also saw a lot of requests for. I'm going to make this this character creation a lot quicker than my my video for Jimbali. So let's go through the options. So we can either, with Roegadyn, you can either be Sea Wolves or you can be Hellsguard. I'm not going to read all this out, so if you want to read more on their lore and just pause the video now and read it in your own time. So that's Sea Wolves and that's Hellsguard. But yeah, it's essentially seaside guys, volcano guys. So I'm going to go with a Sea Wolf because I like the sea. Size, super tall or super short. So Jimbali was super short, so I'm going to make him super tall. Ooh. Chiseled or smooth? Well, let's have a look. So this is super smooth, and this is super chiseled. Oh, not bad, you know. Instant abs. So I'm gonna go for super chiseled, because turns out I'm quite vain as a male character. Confirm. Colors, so it's all variations on green. Green, 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 green. So I'm gonna go. Could create quite a Hulk character, couldn't we? Let's go for that. That looks pretty good. Hairstyles. So that's your standard one there. What else we got? No, what I think I like about Roegadyn is that you can floppy emo Roegadyn there. You can make them quite old looking, which I think is pretty cool. I like that one weirdly. I think that's the standard dude one. Ooh, he looks a bit like Zal from FF8. Some little hair ornaments there. What else we got? Yeah, so we got the older options down here. So that's that one with more different hairpins. And then we've got balding old guy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. So that's like, you know, accountant giant. Or you could have the same with a little bit of a face thing. So I quite like the look of this. Well, actually, I don't know. The back of that looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Maybe that's all right. This one's pretty cool. That's the standard one. Oh dear, I can already feel it. Like I said that I was going to be quite quick with this, but I can already feel that I'm going to be a long time. Do you know what? I'm going to go with this one because I quite like that floofy little quiff he's got going on there. Although it is dangerously towards the beaver territory, isn't it? With the kind of combing in one direction. Oh no, I don't think I could live with that. I can make a really old dude. Screw it. Let's go with this one. Confirm. Okay, hair color. Again, all the usual suspects. I went for white before, so maybe I'll go with black or some variant on green. Maybe a bit blue. Just notice highlights there, so again, we can have little cool highlights. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that. I quite like the white one. That looks pretty badass. Maybe a bit of green. Reminds me of my goth days when I used to have multicolored hair. Okay, face. What kind of a face shall I go for? Ooh. They're all quite good, aren't they? Quite chiseled. I like that one. It's a bit grizzled, isn't it? A bit weathered. Let's go for that one. Face. Jaw. Zoom out a little bit. Face is filling up a bit too much there. 1, 2, 3. I know you guys said that it was like being at an optometrist when I went through these. So I'm sorry. So we'll go 1, 2. Is type 1 better or type 2 better? Type 2 or type 3? I'm going type 2. No, I've chosen that. Type 2. Okay, that's fine. Eye shape. Let's have a quick go through these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go with 3. Let's go for type 3. Eye shape, iris size, large or small. Large is fine for me. Eye color. So again, the same sort of options. I don't think I'm going to go with anything too outrageous for this guy, because you can kind of get away with that with the Mikyote classes, like, you know, a little bit wacky, a little bit crazy. But I think these guys, you know, a little bit more serious. So let's see. Let's go for let's go for a nice green. There you go, a nice inoffensive green. Odd eyes, so this guy can have odd eyes as well. There is a term for it. I can't, mitochondria or something like that. That might be something completely different. Anyway, my other girl's got mixed eyes, so let's keep this one the same. So quick bez through eyebrow shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go type 4. Yeah. Eyebrows, nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look from the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I like 5. It looks like a good kind of, I don't know, fighty man nose. Mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all much of a muchness, really, aren't they? Apart from thickness. I'll just go for 1. Lip color. There's plenty of options there. They don't seem to impact too much. I guess you can't be all out crazy and give him, like, you know, red lipstick or something. So I think that's fairly okay. Facial features. Oh, let's have a wise old beard. If I was a dude, I would totally have a beard. Like, I am very jealous that guys can grow beards. I think they're awesome. I think they're brilliant as well when you stroke them. Like, you want to stroke them a bit. Like, you're trying to be wise and learned or something. So we can have some cool face scars. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna go for the full works. I like these face tattoos. I like these scars. I like the beard. Actually, maybe these are too much. Whoops. Yeah. I think that's good. That's pretty good. Confirm. Tats. Face tats. A little bit of eye paint there. Nah. I'm worried his hair makes him look a little bit girly, but it's fine. So you can have facial tattoos, but I think I'm going to leave them off because I want him to be more just like Mr. Fighty Man. Tattoo color. Okay, we don't have any tattoos, so that's fine. Face paint. Oh, so we can have some eyeshadow. Isn't that nice? A little bit of blusher. So it looks like the same kind of tattoo options as with my Mikyote. A little heart, that'll be cute. That's nice. That would really freak everyone out, wouldn't it, if I turned up with all of this on my face. That one's pretty cool. Some war paint, do a little Braveheart. Maybe I'll go for some eye paint. That could be nice. Slashes, that's what I've got on Jinbao Li. Maybe I will go for some war paint. A little chocobo war paint. Some whiskers, dots, head stuff. I do quite like that. So let's go with that. So I can go for white, black. Or maybe a black. Go with my beard. That'll do. Confirm. Voice. Let's see what kind of roars we got. Nope. Zoom out a bit. Try that again. Huh? Rawr. Jeez. Very scary. Sounds a bit rude. Sounds a bit like he's having toilet troubles. That one sounds a bit simple. Let's try this one. That's a good laugh. I quite like that. So let's go with that. Confirm. Okay, so there we go. There he is. Right, now, let's change the background so we can see this guy on some different backgrounds. I know you guys were a bit upset because I didn't do that last time. Very sorry. I was just too excited to get on with things. So here we go. This is on the Lanuskian coastline. Very nice. There we go. Looks like, you know, this guy's born to be on the coastline. Then we've got the forest in the Black Shroud. Nice sunny forest. Looks good, huh? His green blends in quite well. And then in the desert of Thalon, sorry. Which is where Jin Bao Li is hanging out right now. Look at that flare. That sun flare. Nice. Okay. So there you go. And a Gridanian residence. Sweet. That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? He looks pretty good here, doesn't he? Okay, so job time. So gladiator, not many calls for that. Pugilist, which I'm gonna turn my my Mikyote into. Marauder, which I could also get to as Jin Bao Li because she's quite near Limsa Lominsa. Oh, I keep saying it wrong, don't I? Limsa Lominsa at the moment. Probably doesn't help that I'm dyslexic, so sometimes when reading some Final Fantasy lore terms, I do get it a bit wrong. I apologize for that. Lancer. Now, I think that I'm gonna go for Archer, and then when I level this guy up so he can get his second job, I'm gonna make it Lancer. Okay? And then Conjurer, which is like the Healy person, and Thaumaturge, which is what I am already. So I reckon I'm gonna go with Archer. But one thing I want to show you guys, which I missed last time, is that if you click this button here, you can see your character in the kind of end game armor. Look at that. That looks amazing. Look at that gladiator stuff. Whoa. That's pretty sweet. I do like that. Pugilist. Okay. Bit more oriental. I like this bit here, this wolf belt detailing there. And your peacock feather. That's very nice. Very oriental, isn't it? Marauder. So that's kind of like a piratey. Oh god, I love that helmet. Look at that. It's a bit Fusro da. That is nice. I like that a lot. Look at that. Okay, and Lancer. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's like, oh, what's his name? Is it Cecil from Final Fantasy II? No, I think he was Final Fantasy III. You know what I mean, though, the Black Dragoon guy. Wow. Look at that. That is some sweet Dragoon armor. I love the helmet. Look at that. That's amazing. This is definitely like my favorite armor set from Final Fantasy series as a whole. Archer. Okay. So I like your little, your multi-pants there, your multicolored pants. Look at this bow. Look at this ridiculous bow here. That's ridiculous. God, look at you. Conjurer. So you look more like the traditional white mage. Final Fantasy white mage. Pretty cool stuff there. So that's pretty sweet. Thaumaturge. Again, that's your kind of classic black mage. He's almost looking like Vivi, isn't he? The way the collar's popping up to his hat. Almost. Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. Again, another badass scepter. That's pretty cool. Pretty leathery. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna start as an archer, because a lot of you wanted to see that. And then once I kind of unlock the second job class, I'll go for the lancer there. So there we go. That's that. That's a good name. A good giant name. So Hodor, Ground Smasher. I can't remember what Hodor's surname is, if he even had a surname from Game of Thrones, or if it was just Hodor. Hodor. So there we go. There is my Roegadyn Archer. Let's see what he looks like in the field. Wow, he is a happy chappy, isn't he? Let's go take him out for a spin. And here we are. Here's Hodor in all his giant glory. Look at him. Beautiful. So we are just outside of Gridania, which is the archers' starting area. I believe it's also the conjurers and the lancers' starting area as well. I've gone ahead and I've done a few starting missions. Just wanted to kind of get things underway, and I wanted to get the first few fighting missions lined up for you. The starting missions were pretty much the same as the ones I did with my Mikiote in Ul'dah. So if you want to see what a proper kind of starting missions is like, then go check out that video on my channel. In the meantime, let's go and find out what it's like to fight as an archer. Now, I've never fought as an archer myself. I normally go for healing classes, so I have no idea how this works. So let's find out together. So as I said, I just did some of the basic starting quests inside Gridania, and I managed to level up to level 3, which meant that I unlocked Straight Shot, which delivers an attack with a potency as 140, and it can also increase critical hit rate by 10%. The basic attack is Heavy Shot, which delivers an attack with a potency of 150. Yeah, so this is what being an archer is like. Let's just get rid of that, excuse me. So it's pretty much the same, like, you know, target your enemy and hit your hot bar commands. This squirrel ain't got nothing on me. Much like Jinbao Li, it's probably best to stay ranged with these guys. They're not tanks, so no getting up close and personal. Ooh. Honestly, you think a little ladybug can take down a hard guy like me? Bring the noise. Oh, someone else has already got him. Let's go for the squirrel. Hello, squirrel. Oh, someone else has gone for him as well. Let's go for you then. So yeah, he's a pretty standard class. I think I have seen that when you level up, you unlock some pretty nifty attacks with this guy. Let's unleash a straight shot. See if we can notch up that critical hit. Yeah, there you go. My critical hit rate's increased. This guy's got no chance. Archer quite suits the Roegadyn, doesn't it? So noble. What we got? We got more ground squirrels over here. I also need to slay some forest funguars. I might go do that because that's the Archer's Guild quest. Okay, I'm just gonna slay some forest funguars. I need to slay 3 of the guys, and then I'm gonna head back to the Archer's Guild and hand in that quest. Archer's Guild being, well, my main guild, given that I am an archer. Anyone see any more funguarth? Oh, there's one over there. Hey, Mr. Funguar. You may be a funguar, but are you a fun guy? One more. There he is. One thing I'd like to see in this is, I don't know how they could implement it, but some sort of system that would let you see the range you actually do have on monsters. So, I mean, I know the archer and sort of, you know, classically mages and sorcerers are ranged attackers, but sometimes I just wonder, what is that range? How far back do I need to be, you know? It would be really nice to really kind of exploit that. But anyway, let's head back to the Archers Guild, hand in this quest, and see what else we get up to. Okay, so I'm at the Archers Guild. I'm about to hand in that quest to the Guild Master. Welcome back, Hodor. I've completed the trial, which means I get to be a member of the Archers Guild. So yeah, I need to go practice some more. And there we go. So we've unlocked a couple more bits and pieces there. But yeah, so there we go. That's the first few steps with a Roegadyn, with an archer. If you want to see more of the archer, I think perhaps the best thing for me to do is go away, level up, unlock some more abilities so I can show off a bit more, because at the moment it is just those 2 shots. So if you want to see more of the archer, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to carry on with my Mikyote. But yeah, I think the best thing to do would be to go away and level this bad boy up so you can see a bit more of the fancier stuff rather than just the basic shots. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you want to see anything in particular, or if you got any advice or anything like that, or if you know how to play as an archer and you know that there is good stuff coming in and know of a better way to play as an archer, just let me know in the comments as always. But for now, goodbye.